In the timeless depths of Indian mythology, the Mahabharata stands as a monumental chronicle of human virtues and flaws. At its heart lies the silent, ever-turning wheel of karma, a force neither swift nor vindictive, but precise and patient. It weaves through the lives of kings, warriors, and sages alike, guiding the consequences of their choices with unerring accuracy. The epic, vast in scope and rich in emotion, reveals that no action, however small, escapes the gaze of karma. Among its most compelling figures is Karna, a warrior born of divine radiance, yet fated to live in obscurity. Though the son of Surya, the sun god, he was abandoned by his mother at birth and raised by a humble charioteer's family. Throughout his life, Karna was denied the recognition that was rightfully his. Yet, despite his struggles, he rose with unwavering determination, mastering the art of warfare and earning a reputation for valor and generosity. He stood by Duryodhana, the Kaurava prince, not merely out of gratitude, but out of a deep yearning to be accepted and acknowledged as a true warrior. However, the law of karma did not favor only his nobility. It also held him accountable for moments of moral failure. One such moment occurred in the Kuru court, where Draupadi, wife of the Pandavas, was humiliated in front of all. Karna, despite his otherwise noble character, added to her suffering with cruel words. That single act, born of pride and misplaced loyalty, became a stain upon his destiny. Though he later gave away his divine armor and weapons to those who came in need, acts of supreme sacrifice, karma had already begun its quiet reckoning. The great war of Kurukshetra became the stage upon which karma would unveil its justice. As the battle intensified, Karna faced Arjuna, the Pandava prince, unaware that they were brothers by blood. His chariot wheels sank into the earth, his divine knowledge failed him due to an old curse, and the weapons he once mastered no longer obeyed him. Every setback was not random misfortune, but a consequence of earlier actions, some his own, others the result of bonds and decisions he had chosen over dharma. The battlefield did not distinguish between virtue and flaw. It only balanced the scales. Karna's fall marked one of the most tragic moments of the war. He died not as a villain, but as a man caught in the crossfire of destiny, loyalty, and karma. His death symbolized the complexity of justice, how a man can be great and still fall, not because he deserved suffering, but because karma demands balance, not perfection. Even Lord Krishna, the divine guide, mourned the wasted potential and nobility of Karna, yet did not interfere with the order of karma. Duryodhana too met his end in accordance with the karma he accumulated. Though he ruled with ambition and strength, he had long harbored resentment, envy, and a disregard for righteousness. His role in the disrobing of Draupadi, the exile of the Pandavas, and his unyielding pride made him the architect of his own downfall. His final defeat came not in a fair duel, but through a strike below the waist, an act that mirrored the moral low he had once sanctioned. Karma had waited until the final hour to return what was due. Even the Pandavas, though victorious, were not immune. They lost their children, their allies, and their peace. In the twilight of their lives, they chose the path of renunciation, walking toward the Himalayas in search of liberation. Along the way, each of them succumbed, one to pride, another to vanity, yet another to jealousy. Only Yudhishthira, who had tried hardest to uphold dharma, reached the gates of heaven. But even he was reminded that no one escapes karma unscathed. Thus, the Mahabharata offers more than tales of war and valor. It delivers a profound reflection on the inescapable nature of karma. It teaches that every action, whether noble or ignoble, leaves a mark. Karma does not rush to deliver judgment, but when it arrives with clarity. Through the triumphs and tragedies of its characters, the epic reminds us that life is a series of choices, and in their aftermath, karma patiently awaits. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mythology Medley. Click the bell icon for more such amazing mythological content.